Oh, shit. They're throwing balls. They're throwing stuff. They're throwing stuff. They're throwing stuff. I don't know what these white balls are.
So the
By the way, yes, I got Brittany's handler. I saw him. He's on film. We'll be able to point that out later. Oh, shit. They're throwing balls. They're throwing stuff. They're throwing stuff. They're throwing stuff. I don't know what these white balls are. I hope they're not bombs. It stinks. It's not tear gas this time. I don't know what's going on. Somebody had eggs. They had to confiscate the eggs. I said those are illegal. It was clearly on the flyer. No eggs. No eggs. I read the rules earlier. She had a dozen eggs, for real. I'm not joking, guys. That's what the cops came in for.
taking to the streets. I think it's about to start getting pretty real out here.
They're taken to the streets. I guess I follow them. That's the news. Oh boy, this is where it gets real, huh?
We want Trump! We want Trump!
They've been able to run this country by manipulating the fears of white folks. We say to America today, that when you white folks in America, quit worrying about where you live and what school you go to. Most of the time you folks will not be followed through your neighborhood. The rich folks in America will not be speaking the country like that.
Red man back there!
Stop doing stuff! Stop doing stuff!
Don't care nothing about you.
Oh shit! He almost hit me. He almost hit me.
Running too fast, running too fast, running, fucking slowly. Get out there! Hey!
right past me.
Almost hit me again.
Again?
Right past me. Yeah, they're coming right through.
Why are they treating media like that?
I mean,
I'm not on either side. I think both sides are utterly retarded.
I know.
Oh, they got hit.
What happened?
It was silly sir.
It's no wonder I'm headed by hearts like hundreds. Honey, the cheaper the price, the better price for the money.
Here's broken cans, bottles. Yeah, it's not pretty. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me. Oh, man. They're blowing off M80s. You can smell the firecrackers. People are primed. Jesus. Police are gone, he's right. There's no police presence. They're gonna leave everybody alone.
Try not to be violent, Yes, eclipsed by the shadows of dark dance in a coffin. I'm a fellow with melody, suspect of a felony. Put that rock in my law, fantastic in my melody. Just the price of these testing with all these places with face in your car.
They're throwing stuff still. Why? I mean, why do they have to throw stuff now? I'm really tired of that. Glass! Glass! Use the car as bumping up. They're trying to start a fight. They're trying to start a fight. The anti-fascists.
awesome. Hey, it's you again. All right.
How are you doing, man?
I was doing a lot better before when these faggots stole my sunglasses.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. No war! No more 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 war! Bring the war home! Everybody agrees there should be no war. I know that.
Shouldn't be in fucking war.
You're right. They agree. Told you, man. They shook hands. No war, guys. We agree on that. We agree.
That's what I want to know.
Sorry, I got myself involved. These guys are making love, not war. Check it out. They're crossing the line. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That somebody else sprayed at me. I took it from them, and you put it in the face.
We're good. No more war. No more war.
Take a
No
step
more
back, go
war.
back on your side. This is where we are.
No more war. Careful, careful, careful. Get him out of there.
So, yeah, Antifa are terrorists.
Look at this one. She's got big balls. I gotta clean my camera lens. Oh, man. An hour and 11 minutes. You guys want to see Stickman with all this going on? I don't know. Holy cow. Okay. Alright, I'm pressed. Hold on.
Somebody already broke the whiteboard, so I don't want anybody else on their circle.
Alright. Man.
Well, I do understand that. Like, we let some in. Like, we used to only let in good ones.
Man, fucking
Supporting black people. I wouldn't say we have to make
USA!
It's a little crazy out here. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Man, I got hit by something. I don't know what. I don't think it was another journalist. Anyway, shit's real. And I get to smoke. I think they might have just shared drugs together to cross the line. I think he's giving drugs away. Somebody's still throwing shit. Look at that. Crossing the lines, I think. I think they crossed the line. Oh. What it is, everybody.
Quite the ball they were talking about.
Pretty crazy. Huh?
I mean, this is the anti-fact.
Oh, there's more glass breaking. Enough M80s and freaking. I kind of want to go home, to be fair. I feel like I got enough action for about all of 2017.
Hey, can I ask you why you don't like him? Why? No, that's not an answer. Yeah, it is. He doesn't have to answer. That's not a camera. It's not a microphone. I'm a racist motherfucker. The answer was no. I gave you your answer, right? We're all bitches. I don't see how Speedos. I just don't see how Speedos. Hey, smash that shit. Smash it. Just because it's national. Well, hey, at least I got my stuff back. I know what you want to do. What do you got to do?
Watch out. He's trying to suck her in.
Bunch of fucking retards burning the fucking American flag. You gotta be ashamed of your fucking self. We are! Yeah! We are.
Isn't it a beautiful day? It's just a shame, right? I think it's 62 degrees. Here's my selfie with the Antifa. Click. and then I take a selfie with the other guys. Click. They don't know which side I'm on. That's the trick. There's the action behind me. I got hit with something earlier, I'm not sure what. I nearly got hit twice by projectiles. I hope everyone saw the shoe. It's a false flag for sure.
Are you ready to brawl? Get ready to brawl. Houston, get ready to brawl. Are you ready to brawl? New York, are you ready to brawl? London, get ready to brawl. London, are you ready to brawl? K-Town, get ready to brawl. K-Town, are you ready to brawl? Tokyo, get ready to brawl. Tokyo, get ready to brawl.
Check.
Man, my ears are bringing something fierce, man. Fucking M80s.
Anyone got any Pepsi?
Oh! Oh, shit! They're throwing rocks. Damn! What the fuck? Come on! They're throwing rocks. What the fuck? Fuck! I'm not down with this. Man, those fucking M80s. They're throwing something. Maybe it's not rocks. Fuck. I think they're throwing bagels. I think they're throwing bagels. Either that or donuts, in which case I'm going to grab some and eat them. Yeah, they're throwing bagels. This has just turned absurd. They're literally having a food fight right now. Fuck. Oh man, cops are no fucking where to be seen. Nowhere. While this bagel fight goes on. Oh my god. Oh, these fucking M80s.
Show your
Here, bagels, bagels, bagels. Look, 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 look. I told you it's all about the tourists. Look, it was a food fight, I swear to God. They look, you know, the shame is they look like good bagels, you know. They, 5-second rule, you think?
They are pretty good. They're giving, actually.
You know shit's getting real when the bagels come out. Alright,
Everybody's getting their selfie with the bagel.
they've found a way to circumvent the rules.
I don't have to leave for lunch now.
Leavened bread. I don't fall for it.
They're all warmed up because they're on the pavement. I don't think a bird should eat this much bread. They're throwing bread. Yeah, they're throwing bread. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. The food fight, I'm telling you. The food fight. They're throwing bagels. Oh, no, why bottles? Bagels, not bottles. Apple. You gotta be, oh, trash can on fire. Trash can on fire.
Oh no, they started a fire.
Close the lid on it.
All of it in there if you're gonna close it.
Well, stomp that out, sorry. Oh, sorry, we're just putting out the fire. It'll go out. It's on pavement. Nothing else is gonna catch on fire right now. I put out a fire, y'all. You see that? Sorry, I just put out a fire. I put the lid on because, you know, if you choke a fire of oxygen, it stops burning. And it was in a trash can. So I closed the lid on the trash can. Hey, we're all having fun here. Right? This is a friendly food fight. Starting to sweat a bit. Wow. I got that fire out though. I think that was pretty heroic. I hope somebody caught me on video. Hold on. Man, I'm exhausted. Oh, here's one of the speakers. Here's one of the speakers on the front line.
LA for Trump, California for Trump. What's that? Yeah, you bitch. You take the money
Okay. Hello, everybody. Man, just made it back from getting cookies and coffee. Barely. I wonder who's even tuned in. I was just playing that while I took a thing. Let's see. I'm going to play some more while we're waiting for stuff to develop. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thought we'd have a party today. I'm Nathan Saltman, a.k.a. Lift the Veil. You found me. I'm going to show you some more stuff from San Francisco. And then I'm going to find out what's playing on the internet here and then multi-stream it for you. Does that sound good? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, no, that's not the one. Let me see. Here we go. Okay. We'll play this a little bit for you. Here's the police. Here's Antifa. Just in time. We came here.
White supremacy's gotta go! Hey, hey! Whoa, whoa! White supremacy!
11:10 a.m. We're outside of Alamo Square. Oh, here we go. So, I'm right in the middle of something. I think they just opened the barricades just now. They just opened the barricades. We're coming through. Antifa is starting to break stuff already. Wow. That escalated quickly.
Well fucking done. Thank you for opening the fucking
I'm in with Antifa. Protest here, folks. Like I said, it escalated rather quickly. Who else brings you events like this? 33-2. All right. You came for action. Hope the connection's okay. It says it ain't that up already. Hey, I was gonna give you guys the rules. Mods need to be ready. I just saw that in the chat in YouTube. Mods need to be ready. We address everything with love today. We solve problems with love only. So if somebody gives something that's not love, then push back with that. I don't have any mods yet in YouTube. Hold on, let me make mod here. Let me make sure. Am I on the right person? Yeah. Okay. Add moderator. Okay, so mods, be good. Keep out the bad. It's okay if people want to talk about me in a way like that. That's okay. I'm going to be bringing you the live stuff as soon as it comes up. So in the meantime, we're just doing a review. These are protests that I covered. This is my footage. I'll show you. Oh, if you keep watching this one till the end, you'll see where my phone gets stolen, actually. Welcome, everyone who doesn't know who I am. You'll get to know me over this marathon of sorts. Let me turn it back up. Having a little trouble with the signal. want to know who paid for everything. Color revolution. Here are all the signs. This is, just so y'all know, this is the park where, this is Alamo Square, where the press conference is allegedly going to go down. Sorry, the connection's bad, people.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
Yeah, it's only 11:20. Getting in the shade for a minute. Wish there were trash cans in this city. What is the protest for? What a meta question.
What do you mean, what is a protest for?
I was just joking. What is protesting for?
Against the
It's
Nazis.
a meta. Right. Who are the Nazis?
The fucking Patriot Prayer people.
Oh, the Patriot Prayer people? I can't hear, sorry.
It's kind of obvious that's what we're doing right
No, I know. I just want to know who the Nazis are, that's all. Okay, thanks. Unbeknownst to me was a Nazi rally. I didn't really believe it until I just heard it. We'll see when the Nazis get bussed in. And then stuff gets weird. For now we have this. Interesting. They had this whole thing blocked off with a buffer zone about a block. Then they opened up the buffer zone and let us in. Again, this is Alamo Square. You can see there are a number of law enforcement officers here. So far, so good. Yeah, right. I do need to stop. I better be careful who I say Nazi around. Hey guys. So, this street's open too. I'm gonna go up this street. Fascist scum, your time is done. Doesn't rhyme exactly, but it's close. Good effort. Fascist scum, your time is done. Here are all the news vans. I'm just gonna cruise on up here. Down there is, you can see that's where the main action is right now. Here I'm walking with some cops. They have some big clubs. Longer than I like to see. But that will be okay. Nobody's getting in fights today. Man. That guy's thinking, he's like, damn, and I'm retiring tomorrow. I had to go to this damn protest. He's older, that's all I'm saying. Okay. You want to see what's going on? I made sure not to wear black so I wouldn't
The famous blue polo, by the way.
get confused with anybody.
I got attacked for wearing this shirt.
Protest down. Oh,
If
yeah,
in case you haven't
see?
seen that.
There's the city. Pretty nice. Pretty nice.
I went to a few of these rallies. I'm already getting a bunch of thumbs down. That's because I'm not showing the actual protest yet.
Just like every
It's because
rally
I
I go to.
don't think there's anything on yet, ladies and gentlemen. I will be multicasting though,
Park.
and I do
There's
thank
the
you for
city,
tuning
y'all.
in.
It's too bad about the chain link.
I wanted to give you something to watch while you waited. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
There you go.
So what do we? So go ahead and send me.
San Francisco.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing live now, so we're just gonna
Okay,
have to
I'm
talk
gonna keep
about it and
touring
give you some
around.
previews.
I don't know.
This
what
was San
everybody's
Francisco.
expecting.
It ended
I don't know if
badly.
they're expecting them to come up the hill or what.
This builds to a climax.
Antifa's down there for those of you tuning in. Police. I'm the only one up here. Oh, down this way? Okay. Not allowed to go this way. Not allowed to go that way, apparently. Okay. So, I'm walking back down toward Antifa. People are still getting tuned in. Questions, the connection seems better, huh? Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're new. You ain't seen nothing yet. There's the city over there. Antifa, the Anti-Fascist League. Gosh.
Not Antifa today, supposedly. Today we're talking about resist. Let me see. RefuseFascism.org.
That police officer roughly turned me
Take
around.
to the
He
streets
didn't
and
grab me
public
or anything.
squares.
I was going to walk past where they were at, though. You see, got them in the park, too. I don't know if they're expecting these fences to come down or what. I mean, they're in the damn park. They're in the damn park, even though the park's completely gated off. Oh, that guy was just pointing his riot weapon at something, just for practice. I think people are ready to fight. I don't know why. It's so nice out. Wow. It's really not anything near violent. Well, there's nobody to fight as of right now, unless they want to fight the cops. I mean, guys, there are a lot of cops, and like.
We might talk
in case
about
you didn't get this the
Podesta
first
today.
time, Fascist scum, your time is done.
We might talk about Mike Cernovich.
Almost a rhyme. Almost.
I might play this whole thing because, you know, nobody's really seen it, I don't think. I was shocked when I went to this thing that they were calling people Nazis.
Earlier,
I didn't know what I
someone
was
told
getting
me-
into.
Someone wrote, "What's the point of the protest?" I said, "That's kind of a meta question." They said, "We're here to protest the Nazis." I said, "What Nazis?" And they said, they acted as if that question should have been obvious. This drum thing is kind of what's up. kind of takes all the attention. Oh, cops are coming down the hill. I don't know why. Something's going on up the hill. Let's see. Hold on, I'm going up the hill. There's something going on. The cops are blocking they're blocking entrance. They're blocking the entrance, and everyone from down here is streaming up toward the entrance. There's still a number down here, but people are looking for the action, I guess. So we're going back up to where there are barricades. I don't know if they're trying to limit the traffic because oh, here come the police. I don't know. I'll follow. I just got shoved just a little bit. There's the scene up at the top of the hill too. So here we have the police surrounding this Antifa protest. Now I might follow these guys back up the hill. I think they're coming in. Boy, this is weird. We just had a whole force come down the hill. Now we have one coming up the hill. I'll follow them because we have a scene at the top of the hill here. So here we go. Okay. There's a little more action up here. At least there's a little more music. So that's what's going on, okay? See, there's a little media here. In case everybody's not aware, I think this is why people are giving me a thumbs down. This is a flashback, but I'm doing it because people want something to see while they're waiting for the real shit to start today. I'm going to bring you the stuff live as it happens today in a multi-stream when necessary. I could probably fit 4 boxes if I can. I might pull up like a Twitter feed of this stuff. That guy said they're going to push everyone back.
that's the girl when I get mugged. So I got mugged at this protest. You'll see that at the very end. In case you haven't seen that before. For wearing a blue polo shirt, I get mugged and my phone gets stolen. There are other angles of that too. That guy was involved, and then this girl, she's like the biggest Antifa. The girl that was just yelling. Anyway, you'll see these players. Curious if we'll see any of them today in Los Angeles or elsewhere. I don't think anything's happening in San Francisco today.
Pushing people back.
Okay. No KKK, no fascist USA. No cops. No KKK, no fascist USA. No cops. No KKK, no fascist USA.
They're moving it back. Watch this guy. People on the other side of the barriers to be let in. It's all Antifa. It's all counter-protest. Besides the front line here, it's not a ton of people. They're getting people off these trucks. The rest of the media, the ones too scared to be down on the street level.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
I'm going to try to get another vantage on this. Kind of got bored. You can see what's going on over here. There's a little more militant toward sort of action here. So you can see they're all linking arms right here. Okay, I'm just trying to get pictures, guys. A lot more cops than I thought there'd be, to be honest.
Go hand in hand.
protesters on the other side of this thing. You can see them over there. The police have a buffer zone between Antifa protesters and more Antifa protesters. I haven't seen any from the other side as of right now. If you're just joining me, the park itself, I'm going to go down the hill. This kind of got boring even for everybody else. Here's all the media. People are going back down the street. That's the scene there at the top of the hill. And again, they're trying to, they want to let these other protesters come join closer to the park. When I showed up, there was a block buffer zone between the park and everything else. All I've seen is Antifa, guys, and the counter protest, as it were. Hey everybody.
That's
How are you guys doing?
You can see how I was dressed.
It's a nice day in San Francisco. Boy, look at
The
all
wrong
the cops.
outfit. Never wear a polo to an Antifa rally. Oh, it's live. This is live. Well, what you're watching isn't live. It would be if there was something to watch,
Here,
though.
listen.
We're giving you some background information before we get started with the main event. It's a marathon without the running.
That they will be allowed through in Hayes and Fillmore. We are also getting a sound system. I don't gotta start shouting, all right? So we're getting a sound system. Let's give it up, everybody.
Hey, mods. We can't talk about violence.
I think he just
So,
made an announcement.
throwing point of Steve Paddock, I guess we can't say. We can't say stuff about killing people. We respond to everything with love here so that we all stay positive. Well, it doesn't have to be positive, but can't talk about killing people.
Pass the word to the people that are coming down right now. Pass the word that we are going to have an open rally right here. Thank you all. Thank you.
All right, that's the word. Apparently, boy, a lot of hills in San Francisco. Apparently, people are going to get through, maybe down this hill. I'm trying to figure it out. But this area right here with the drum circle is where shit's gonna go down, apparently. What time is it? Not even noon. I'm just watching the rest of the scene, okay? Let's see. One of the residents. I don't know why they hate the cops. Looks like you guys are getting a decent signal, huh?
We'll bring you live feeds as soon as we get them. This will be a channel for live feeds. We just don't have any yet, so we're relying on other people, other organizations. I'm sure RT will be on it. People can send me links to stuff when it happens. We'll do a multi-screen. They are racist, of course. What's the latest thing we say? It's okay to be white? Is that the latest? That seems reasonable.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. I think we're maybe in the Fillmore.
I should share this, huh?
I don't know for sure. Yeah, I think we're in the Fillmore. This is where people are going to be allowed to come up, apparently. Pretty boring. Go ahead and take this time to subscribe. Support me on Patreon. I was at Berkeley twice already. Anyway, this one will be fun, I think. I'm waiting for the Nazis to show up. You think I'll have a false flag and I'll be lucky? Somebody said for me to put the chat in slow mode, but I can't. I think they said something about white people. I couldn't tell. Did they say something about white people?
Nothing's live yet. Believe me, when it gets live, I'll be covering it. I'm not trying to cover old shit just for fun. I'm trying to give you guys some entertainment while we wait. I will go live immediately as soon as I know of things being live.
I'm walking
Oh, I think this is when shit.
Where the main rally's supposed to be.
I think it might be around when stuff goes down. I'm going to show you guys a bunch of background research and stuff, though. I think this is where it gets weird. You guys should see this. If you haven't already. Most people have only seen the RT angle of this, and I'll show you that too.
Terrorism, it says.
This is where I get hijacked for wearing a polo shirt, or I get called a Nazi. Not to give too much away.
There we go. We have
I have some
air
videos
support.
queued up for you guys to watch
Fascist scum.
while
Your
we
time
wait.
is done. So there's the umbrella.
I think one of these guys
What's
has a
that about,
knife.
guys? Is that a signal?
I didn't understand the danger, to be honest.
Isn't this weird, guys?
And I didn't know I shouldn't wear a polo.
That's weird, right? Umbrella.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
What do you mean, get the fuck out of here? I'm press.
outta here.
I'm press, man. You don't tell me where to go. I'm in a public place.
Go.
Why? You're already wearing a fucking mask.
Fucking film me. Get the fuck
You're already wearing a mask, right?
out.
Man, what the fuck? What?
Who do you live streaming for?
For my YouTube channel. Lift the Veil 2. Yeah. The fuck, man? Yeah, I don't. You know, I'm wearing blue, so I don't look like I'm any side, and I'm sure not. Just not on the side of troublemakers. Whatever. Nazis? I'm a journalist. I hate Nazis. Are you kidding me?
Polo to this protest.
Why'd I wear a polo?
Yeah.
So I don't look like I'm on either side. I'm a journalist.
Well, polos are on the other side.
Oh,
so-
polos are Nazi?
Yeah. Yeah.
Polos are Nazi, guys? That's new. Okay. That's weird.
It's like something anti-fake. Antifa reference.
What's that?
Lift the veil.
You know me, right? You know me? You know my channel? I'm not right wing. I hate the rebel media. I hate the other side as much as you guys. I hate the other side as much as you guys. I'm just trying to stop filming. I'm a freaking journalist, guys. I'm a journalist. People support me to come here and see what's going on. I'm just trying to see what's going on. Yeah. Sorry, you want to talk to me? Go ahead and talk to me, man. I'm just filming. I'm just a journalist. Why are you on my ass, dude? Why are you on my ass? What are you doing? I'm just here covering what's going on. You guys don't want any coverage? You're trying to stop the KKK, the Nazis, right?
Not from you.
I'm just a journalist. Not for me, so... Oh, I forgot. No freedom of press.
Who's your outlet?
I have a YouTube channel, Lift the Veil 2. You can watch it right now. I have one called Lift the Veil. They attacked that. Lift the Veil TOO. I'm live right now.
Nazi, go home! Nazi, go home!
They're talking about me.
Go home! Nazi, 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 go home!
Woo! Come on, man.
Go home, man! Go home! Go home!
Go home.
Go home, dude!
The South. I'm just a journalist. I have a YouTube channel. I just have a YouTube channel. It's called Lift the Veil 2.
Lift the Veil 2.
TOO. But I am the main channel, Lift the Veil.
That's how that ended. I'll show you the view from RT. Let's see. I'll have to find that. Let's see if they show it right here. Let's see. Lift the Veil. I'm Lift the Veil. I'm Nathan Stoltman. We're going to bring you live action as soon as it's live. Some people are saying 10 a.m. or 1 p.m. Eastern, I believe, in 45 minutes. We're going over some interesting stuff and some background while we're here. We're going to say Lift the Veil, Antifa. And I'll show you the other view of that, which I believe is this one right here. Here. This is from somebody else made a video about it. Yeah, this is from RT. I don't know if this is the best with Screencast-O-Matic. Here, let's try this one from Fractal Truth. Let's see if this is better. The one directly from RT is the best. Oh, yeah, this isn't bad. This was Ruptly. Sorry, not RT. That's me. I'm not a Nazi, by the way. I never considered myself one, at least. They wrapped me up in that thing. I didn't get my phone back. I have more video queued up for you guys. Very good stuff. We're going to talk about conspiracy theories. Richard Spencer, maybe Paul Joseph Twatson. I might play this video that somebody mentioned in the chat. I did say I hate the other side. For that asking in the chat. I hate everybody. But I'm going to be nicer about it today. That's a clown petting my head. Today we're going to support Trump and InfoWars. We're going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But we're going to talk still about Richard Spencer and Paul Joseph Twatson, the fake right, the fake alt-right. That girl's all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw her today in LA. Then they decide I'm right. By the fake alt-right, I mean Richard Spencer, Paul Joseph Watson. Okay, great. So we have that. Somebody sent me something in the chat. I'm going to play that for you. And it looks good. It looks like it might be good. So I'm going to play it. Let's see. Right here. And then I'm going to play some Oh, wow. I have interesting stuff. Here. Okay. Civil Unrest, November 4th, this is called. Somebody said to play this. So hopefully this won't be my fault if it's no good.
What's up, world? It's your main man. Chaziel Sons, and I haven't really been hitting nobody in the head. I've been doing a whole lot of growth, a whole lot of growing in the last about year and a half, 2 years. And I want to make this video because
this is called Civil
really
Unrest, November 4th.
Just family and close friends and whatnot, and just kind of leaving the movement to the professionals. And it was just like, you know, I'm basically say it like this. Around the time, I say, probably the end of 2015.
We can't have racism.
Somewhere
no racism,
there,
no violence, guys.
Going into 2016.
Jigaboo is not appropriate.
I began to notice infiltrators.
Oh yeah, I have to take the flashback off.
Coming into the movement, which is already, it's been like this for a long time, but I actually started to see them all online, making fake pages, and basically these fake people, part of the black movement or whatever you want to call it, were basically, you know, feeding off our emotions, trying to get us involved in things that we're not involved in, trying to get us to believe in things that we weren't familiar with, and basically pushing us to be more left and democratic. And one thing I want to say right now is, if you are a revolutionary or anything like that, you don't even believe, you're not even supposed to believe in politics. So for the people who still are believing that this movement, this black movement, even some of these white movements are legit, man, you have a lot of growing to do. I'm gonna say it again, you have a lot of growing to do. And I'm gonna concentrate right now anyway on the black leaders. Okay, the black leaders, a lot of the black leaders, and I want to hit with this video. A lot of the black leaders are straight leading us to our demise. Okay, they have us working, doing their dirty work. For their dirty work, I mean the far left's dirty work. They got us working basically for them, because how they're getting us is they're playing us emotionally. And they're basically saying how racist and how messed up guys are the far right and the neo-Nazis are, because they need all the help that they can get. So they're getting the gays, they're getting people of other cultures, the people of the far left. I'm talking about the far left. I'm getting somewhere with this. They're getting gays, they're getting black people, anybody who doesn't like Donald Trump. They're basically trying to get you to fight for a war that is being started on American turf very, very soon. And they want us to be a part of their side. What I'm trying to get the black population to understand and understand, and this is critical, is the movement has been compromised. Okay, everybody needs to know that the RBG movement has been compromised. BLM, if you are not caught up to BLM, it is not even a real black organization. It never was. I actually feel bad that I've been keeping a lot of this information cooped up for so long, but I just felt like, you know, it wasn't getting anywhere. But now things are about to go ahead and hit the fan. Anyways, if you have any kind of brain, you know BLM is endorsed by the Soros in the Clinton family. If you have any kind of a brain, you know that those same people don't give a damn about you, don't give a damn about black people, don't give a damn. They're exploiting the black plight to make money off of you. They're using your emotions And based off what has happened to you, they're using that against you so you can join these evil demonic people to help fight the people on the far right. They want, or not even the far right. I want to make this simple. The left is going against the right. It's a huge civil war that's being planned out. I want to make this simple. It's happening right now. And what they want is for everybody to choose a side consciously or subconsciously. Now, a lot of these white boys and a lot of these white people, they've already chosen their side. Okay. And what I'm saying to these people is, my people, is you're setting yourself up to get slaughtered. Okay. Become armed. Okay. Become aware. Know what's going on within the system. Because right now, there is hidden powers who are controlling the narrative. And they're brainwashing you to feel a certain way about the system, about white people, about every race, and about yourselves. Do not let these beasts, do not let these evil people do this. And I'm not talking about any particular race, man. You got black people, man. Like I said, the movement has been compromised. There is no black RBG movement. If you were claiming BLM, you a real sad motherfucker. For the simple fact that BLM has always, and from the very beginning, was being promoted and being paid for by Soros and Clinton. If you think that these people who've never given a damn about you, all of a sudden, they care about the black man's plight. All of us, man, y'all pay attention. Y'all really got to pay attention. I'm getting somewhere with this, I promise. All of a sudden, these white people on the left, and they've been doing this, but all of a sudden, they, are supporting the black plight. This is all to get as many numbers as they can on their side to fight this civil war that they're planning out, that they're already being prepared for. You're going to have to choose a side. Don't set yourself up to get slaughtered. This is all a big setup. It's huge propaganda. The biggest propaganda that could be happening right now. And what I want people to understand and overstand and understand is that we got to put the race thing to the side. I
appreciate
that.
Understand, overstand, and understand. That's what I like about black people. Good with language. But let's. By the way, people are doing well in the chat. By the way, people are doing well. We treat everything with love today. Everything, except that we might talk, not John Podesta though, or Tony Podesta, or Hillary Clinton, or some other people. But most things we are loving today. And this guy's dropping some truth bombs. So thank you for the person that recommended this video. Thanks for everybody in the chat. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thanks for subscribing because you'll be getting daily updates. I stream a lot. You can find me on Twitch too, but here on YouTube, I'll be streaming, covering the brewing civil war by design. So go ahead and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking. I'll bring you the live action as soon as we have it. So you can stay tuned here and be sure to get the live action because as soon as something goes live, it's going to be on my screen. And we can multi-screen too if there are multiple things going on. In the meantime, we're going to cover the various psyops Soros funded and otherwise. We'll talk about different characters on the right and the left. People on the fake right, like this guy's talking about. You saw my experience in San Francisco when they mobbed me and stole my phone at what was otherwise what was rated as a peaceful protest. That one, apparently they didn't know that happened. The next day in Berkeley was worse. I've been to Berkeley twice for free speech / Antifa rallies. I went to San Francisco for that Antifa protest. If you were tuned in for that, had my phone stolen. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, if you wanted to donate, well, I could talk about that later. You guys don't know me yet. So we'll give everybody a chance to get to know each other. I'm glad everybody's behaving themselves in the chat. All about love today. You can donate, though, if you want. I think the links are all in the thing. Bitcoin, you could give me that since it's burning a hole in your pocket. You can buy T-shirts, too. I'll show you.
To the side, because we have to understand what's going on and what's important, and the reason why it's so important on black people, because I know black people are like, okay, the left versus the right, what does that have to do with us? Because the people on the left are trying to use us. The people on the left are using us. The Democratic Party are using black people to fight their war with Antifa, with it's getting very, very deep. If you don't know who Antifa is, look Antifa up. Basically a terrorist group. I don't know what people's belief system is. You can call them what you want to call them, but they're basically like a militant group, and they're anti-fascist. That's what Antifa stands for. It stands for anti-fascist. And with that being said, this group is being paid for by, you guessed it, the younger Rothschilds, the Clintons, and the Soros. And the media is downplaying this group. They're not telling people about this group. But people on the far left are trying to get black people and as many people who are part of the far left to join this side. And what they want to do is they want to take the guns away from the people on the far right. Their whole plan is to even a playing field, because the people on the far right, they deal with guns. They have all the guns. And right now, as it stands, the people on the left are set to get slaughtered. That's why they're pushing gun laws. They're pushing gun laws for the simple fact that if you're able to take some of these guns away, because Trump is implementing more gun laws. I don't care what people feel about Trump. I'm not reacting on feelings right now. I don't want people to come and be talking about how they feel about people. You think I'm a big Trump fan? No. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm just giving the information as I get it. This is happening, yo. This is happening right now. November 4th is the day that Antifa has pledged that this war is going to begin. November 4th, 2017. Incorrect. And I want everybody to know that it's already here with this whole Las Vegas thing. Okay. With them attacking that country in Las Vegas, that country music show or whatever in Las Vegas, it was pretty much all white people. That was a direct hit. That was a direct hit from the left party. I don't know if you can say Antifa did it, but it was a direct hit from the left going against the right. What I want black people, my people, to understand is don't get involved in something that has nothing to do with y'all. And take this information. Don't let the blacks and Hispanics to run with this information. Take this information, run with this information. This information is out there. If you don't take my word for it, do your own damn research, because it may be some things that I'm not wording right. It may be some things that I'm not saying right. I'm trying to get people to understand, my people in particular to understand, and everybody to understand that our little minor differences right now, because trust me, I'm pro-black. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm representing. It don't matter right now, though. It don't matter right now, though. It don't matter. You don't fuck with black people and you white. Hey man, that's your prerogative. That's not what
when
the
he says fuck with,
is
sorry,
right now. That's
I'm
not,
pro black too. And when he says fuck with white people, he means you don't talk to them or hang out with them. You don't fuck with. That's what he means. I was just doing some translating for white people. Not that I know what I'm saying.
What's going on right now is so much bigger than the race issue. And if people ask me, Chaziel, so which side are you go choose? Which side are you going with? If you got to choose the smart side, I'm damn sure not about to go over there with Hillary and the Soros. Come on, you got to use your brain. As much as
the Hillary and the Soros,
you have to be strategic in your movements. As much as you feel however you feel about the right, they are straightforward. The people on the left are lying to you and trying to get you to do that dirty work and get slaughtered. We represent 12% of the population. Okay. You can be whatever you want to be. I ain't trying to dictate what you want to do, but just be strategic in how you move, man. You black people are still running around talking about hands up, don't shoot. Talking about take a knee, kneeling at the football game. You got celebrities being endorsed by these because they know the best way to get Negroes is through entertainment. We're entertained. But these white people on the far right, they ready, you know, and I ain't trying to juice nobody up. I'm trying to gas nobody up, man. I ain't got time for it. I'm just giving you the information as I'm presenting it. I ain't got time to try to gas them up and try to
gas them up. You guys heard that expression before? Oh, hold on. Doshi's here. I'll finish this video. And then you guys can see what happens in my studio. I have more video queued up for you guys while we wait. Please subscribe. Please share. Please like. Subscribe because I'll be covering the Civil War as it happens. I used to have... I'm more popular than it seems. I used to have 30,000 subscribers, but they've annihilated. And then I had 5,000 on another channel, and then now I'm on this channel because I've been kicked off so many places. But thanks for joining me. I'm going to be covering this thing live as soon as we have feeds, and I'll be able to cover it in multiple screens perhaps. So, and I'm going to give you some really good information while we wait. We appreciate no racism in the chat. It seems like those messages are being deleted. We appreciate no violence in the chat. We like to approach things with love. We like humor, though. We like jokes. And sometimes we like jokes. They can't be too racist, though. But sometimes they're kind of funny when they're a little... I don't know. I don't think I can promote any kind of racism. But sometimes jokes are funny. When they're just a little, you know. But I think this guy's right on point. And I don't have any racism in my body. I'm not a Nazi, actually. This is a great video. Thanks for whoever told me about it. I have more videos coming up and then live streaming of this planned civil war.
To make it sound like it's this and it's that. Look, man, all I'm saying is, hey, they got their guns. They ready to go. They ready to go. While we're sitting up trying to be cute, drinking white tears and shit, this is serious, yo. This is 100% serious now. And they're going to use you, nigga, and emotionally, they're going to get you attached to their little movement, Antifa and all this bullshit, to get your head blown off. Strategically learn how to move. Running around with RBG shirts talking about fuck America. What part of strategy is that? But this has already been 15 minutes, man. It is so much more. That's not even the tip of the iceberg. The video already 15 minutes long. Do your own research. And then white people, you do it because I ain't trying to make this about race. They coming after you. White, black, Mexican, they are coming after us. I just want to put that out there, let y'all know for a minute, hey man, this is what's going on. Go on and arm yourselves. Your main man, Chaziel Sons. God bless. Holla at you.
Holla at you. Okay, cool. That means he'll talk to you later. Holler at you, from what I understand. Okay, I pulled up this video because it's about a ritual on November 4th. I'm not sure, I haven't previewed this video, but it has to do with blood sacrifice and how this is like the culmination of a blood sacrifice here on November 4th. So I'm going to play it, and if it's good, I'll keep playing. It's 5 minutes. I wonder if there's any talking in it. Just says that, oh, this isn't very useful. Oh, this isn't very useful. Satanic revels, November 4th. Sexual. Wow. Boy, very.
It's that time of year. It's
Here we go.
Halloween time. That's this coming weekend. There's going to be rituals being done on a global scale, satanic ritual abuse, the underground, the real Luciferians. These are those that understand, like Bohemian Grove, like Skull and Bones, like the Mother of Darkness Castle, like the Ancient Brotherhood, the Black Flame. These are the ones underground. They understand the darkest of dark rituals. The ritual books, they're the ones with the skins as binding and blood mixed with ink. They're the ones that summon the spirits and want the power demons to come. This is a worldwide phenomenon. Now, the New Agers will be into spiritual stuff, and the Druids and the Wiccans and all the rest. Those in voodoo and those the Santeria, and then the Saint of Death, Mexico, South America. They're all going to be into it this coming weekend. And there's going to be a lot of stories of possessed individuals and spirits in houses and people having visitations that will continue to increase. It's not going to go away. And no matter where you run, it's just simply not going away. There's going to be too many. And then we have the underground, the satanic chosen ones, the Ancient Brotherhood. Now, that's every city, every single location of a township, suburb, wherever there are ritual victims, are going to find that the rituals will occur over this next coming weekend through Monday, Tuesday, well, all the way into November, actually. Now, this is the weekend also that we're going to see a lot of the spiritual activity. I don't know where you are on all of this, but you're going to see the kind of spiritual activity that involves battle. I mean, the summoning of spirits and them sent to you. Churches need to understand. We need to understand. The body of Christ needs to understand. Pray for us this coming weekend because we're going to be all over the place this coming weekend. It's going to be crazy. It really is. I mean, this is the weekend in which we are going to visit ritual site areas. We're going to be in the areas of trying to minister to individuals. We are going to be trying to intervene. We're going to see the of God. There's going to be power encounters. There's going to be all kinds of things. And you can be a part of that where you're at, and you're with your. And by the way, pastors and leaders in churches, please. Forget about the trunk or treat. Forget about in any way being dumbed down and drawn in and sucked in to this season, because it has become as big as, maybe bigger than the Christmas, the holiday seasons. I mean, there's all kinds of houses. I mean, you can take a look. I mean, caskets and vampires and skeletons and webs and spiders.
Anyway, there's some talk about this being a cult ritual. Okay. So that's fine. Everybody got that. Let's see what else is going on November 4th. I'm going to play, they call this a conspiracy theory, by the way, here on slate.com. Let me see if I can pull it up the right way. There. Angry, scared, armed people. November 4th conspiracy theory about Antifa, some scary historical echoes. They say the November 4th conspiracy theory was born on YouTube. I believe that's here on the Alex Jones channel. So let's see what he had to say about it. I haven't seen it yet. And then I have some undercover video of Antifa. I have some other things. Might talk about Cernovich, Paul Joseph Watson. We'll see. Time magazine says, Time, always with the deep state. No, Antifa protesters aren't planning on toppling the government tomorrow. This is from yesterday. By some accounts spreading online, the Civil War begins on Saturday when far-left radicals were gathered in America's streets. The only problem? That's simply not true. For weeks, rumors... So anyway, to be blunt, that's not true at all. So they compare it to the Y2K. That it's just going to be a dud for the conspiracy theorists. So let's see what conspiracy theorist, so-called, had to say about it. Let's see if that's interesting. Oops, there needs to be sound.
Find out how many or which individuals in this group still live at home. Send them home to mommy. Give them house arrest. I'm serious. Put them on house arrest. Embarrass these people. Embarrass these people. Make them stay at home with mommy for a couple weeks on house arrest. And if they have found a way to get out of their home, then put them in jail. Let's see how much they like anarchy after a few nights in the slammer. My guess is they're not going to run around burning things with a mask over their face anymore. Well, I was appreciating the lovely assortment of spoons that Fleck has had behind him. Obviously, that is his weapon of choice when he goes out on the streets. He puts the microphone on the spoon. You can see his vast array of spoons behind him. And I was just observing how pretty those spoons were. And then I noticed there was actually something right beneath there. That was a bottle of Brain Force. Boom. You want to know how myself and Fleckus are able to go out on the streets and destroy liberals?
Oh no. Okay. Hold on. This is called Antifa plans mass violence on November 4th. This is supposedly a conspiracy theory, but they're selling Brain Force. I'll be selling t-shirts today. For everyone who's subscribing, hit the bell for notifications because there's going to be some real stuff coming up on this channel, and subscribe to it. I'm trying to build up my audience again after my last two channels were terminated for my truth. Terminated for truth. We're going to bring you the live stream of the protest as soon as we have it. I'm not intentionally withholding it from you or just playing video for the fun of it. I'm going to give you some undercover Antifa video, I think, after this. I'm playing this because Time Magazine says, and Slate also says, that it's a conspiracy theory that anything's going to happen, and basically Alex Jones is the king of the conspiracy theory. This is Owen. Let's see.
Really, with our brains tied behind our back, we don't even have to say anything. It's Brain Force. And right now,
maybe I can play a commercial at the same time while they do Brain Force. Buy a t-shirt, LTV, if you support the show. It's mostly sold out. 50. It was a limited run of 50 t-shirts. Oh, and then Doshi's over here, and that'll help me get Doshi stuff. Hey Doshi, you ready for the show? It's going to be a long show, I think. So I'm trying to bring you stuff. They're still doing commercials. So you can also look in the comments or in the description for this video. There are different ways to donate to me. If you saw, I got my phone stolen in San Francisco. I do this on a deficit always. I'm still playing this video. I'm going to bring you the live coverage of this event as soon as it goes live. I'm not withholding it from you. You guys can tell me in the chat when something happens. Still a commercial. Bitcoin. Why not? It's worth $1 million now. And I told people about it, actually, not when it was like $200 or anything, but a few months ago, and it still kept going up. I think LiteCoin will be good too once Amazon starts taking stuff, but you can donate those to me. The things are in the description. I think we can leave this video up. I do a lot of live shows on this channel, Lift the Veil Live, and then I've been deleting them. That's why you've been missing me if you remember me. You may remember me from different protests. Here we go.
Because this is something that you have really dominated when you go out to these things. And they've got a big one scheduled for November 4th. And you think that this could be maybe something big that they have planned on November 4th. Enlighten my audience on the rallies planned for November 4th.
Yeah, so I'm out here in LA. You guys covered the people stopping traffic on the 101, saying November 4th it's coming. They chained themselves together in, I think, Westwood, a couple towns over, doing the same thing. November 4th is coming. November 4th it's coming. So it sounds like they're going to take it to the streets. And I've heard their goal is to make the country ungovernable and basically create anarchy in the streets, which is kind of, unsettling for sure. I'm going to be in a major city where they have the protest plan. It's not going to be LA. And I'm going to be covering the event as well. I'll be doing a live stream and I'll also be putting a couple videos out right after. I'm not sure what their bigger plan is and how far they're going to take it. But from what I've heard, it sounds like, violence and, physical attacks are not off the table. So, things are, the political environment's getting a little murky, but we got to cover it and got to, get these people on camera and show what they're really all about. Because once you put a mic in their face, they don't have much to say.
Yeah, and they're probably going to be running around with their faces covered up, trying to get away with violence and rioting, as we've seen in the past. It's going to be interesting when November 4th comes around because, are they really going to try to create anarchy? Are they really going to go that crazy? At some point, the police are going to have to do something. I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for myself. I'm not one that wants to see people arrested in mass. I'm not one that wants to see martial law. I'm not one that wants to see police having to beat up a bunch of anarchists in the street. But at the same time, I'm not about to let a bunch of commies, I'm not about to let a bunch of anti-American scum try to tear this country down.
Yeah, totally agree. They're literally commies. I'm not about martial law at all as well, but at the same time, I have no problem with lining these guys up by the hundreds, zip tying them and putting them on a bus and putting them away for more than just, and that's not like equivalent of putting them in the drunk tank for a couple of days or like overnight. I want these guys to be locked up for inciting riots and, whatever they're really trying to do, overthrow the government. That's a big crime. Like, let's lock some people up who are the leaders of these groups for months and months and see if they continue to do it. When I was at Berkeley, the reason for the most recent event with Milo, the reason it didn't get too violent was because the police enforced the no mask rule and they didn't let anyone cover their face. So once you take the group mentality away from these people and the anonymous mentality away, where everyone can kind of get found on Reddit when they find pictures of people doing crimes, then it kind of changes the game. So I think if they make that, if they make that the case for the police, if they enforce a local no mask rule, I think you're not going to see as much of the violence and much of the social damage as you would see otherwise.
Yeah, here's what I would do. I would order mass arrests of anyone you see violently protesting the police, doing any sort of damage, whether it be breaking windows or smashing things or anything like that, and anyone who has their faces covered. I would arrest them en masse immediately to stop any violence from happening. I would write them a citation. They can find some sort of citation to write up and then put them in front of the judge. And then here's what we need a judge to do, and this would end this whole thing immediately. Find out how many or which individuals in this group still live at home. Send them home to mommy. Give them house arrest. I'm serious. Put them on house arrest.
I'm almost 39 years old. I do my show out of my dad's garage, by the way. So I resent that. For all nearly 40-year-olds who live with their parents. That's because I do this. So subscribe, turn on notifications, donate. I want to move out. One day I move on with my life. But I'm committed to bringing you the truth every single day. And we will be bringing you the truth of this civil war. Shit is going to get real. This is a planned Planned thing. It's a planned thing. So anyway, they say it's a conspiracy theory. Time magazine says that. No, Antifa protesters aren't planning on toppling the government tomorrow. It's weird because they kind of say they are. It's not Antifa. This is refusefascism.org. Take to the streets and public squares in cities of town and across our country, continuing, it says. So it's not supposed to end today, by the way. It's supposed to continue day after day and night after night, not stopping until our demand is met. And that is that the Trump-Pence regime must go. In the name of humanity, we refuse to accept a fascist America, and we are fascist in order to do that. Here's the schedule, and I'll be going to it live as soon as stuff comes up. It's starting at all kinds of different times around the country. I think, see here some 1 p.m. protests, but that's only Cincinnati. I don't know if that's Eastern time zone or not, or Cleveland, but we do have some. We have one that started at 10:30 a.m., but called Move to Remove, but there's nothing on the internet yet, or somebody would have told me about it. Honolulu is way behind. Oh, Honolulu. Yeah, it's not going to start till 12:30 my time. Here's one that should be happening now in Indianapolis at the CVS parking lot. LA starts at 1. Miami starts at noon. Miami already started about an hour ago, but we don't have any coverage. If we did, we'd be showing it to you. Minneapolis starts now, apparently, in a few minutes. Let's see. Pittsfield, that's Massachusetts, right? MA. I think that should be starting now in a few minutes. And then we have a lot of stuff happening later. Boy, it's going to be a long day. Please subscribe. Please hit the bell. We'll be covering this as it goes. Yada, yada, yada. Like I said, Time Magazine says no, Antifa protesters aren't planning to topple the government tomorrow. Antifa protesters say yes. They will continue day after day and night after night until Trump and Pence are out of the White House. So this is the conspiracy theory about it from the Alex Jones channel and Owen Schroyer. Just playing that. I have some undercover Antifa video. I played the different protests I was at to start the show. Like I said, I've been to 3 Antifa rallies, one which was pretty violent, one where I was mobbed and my phone was stolen. So I have a little experience with these guys. They are irrational people. They're completely insane when they get together, it seems like to me. I've been on both sides, the free speech side. In Berkeley, it was, 2 sides there, the free speech side and the Antifa side. And I do have to say the free speech side was more reasonable for sure. They have some views. Well, they promote some speakers that are kind of disinfo and stuff. But I agree in general with the free speech thing. I'm going to bring you the live streams as soon as we have them. I gave you the schedule. I started early this morning, and I want to give you guys, it's good to have all this background on what's going to happen. And I guess we hope it's not that interesting, I guess. Although as a journalist, you'd like to have stuff that's interesting to cover. With so many protests in so many different cities, though, including San Francisco and Seattle, you could wind up with these crazies. Who prints their shirts, by the way? Like I need to make hoodies. Like I have an LTV. I printed T-shirts finally, my first run. But they cost money, and for hoodies, it's even more. Like I'd have to charge like $45 or something for a hoodie. So this is weird to me. It's suspicious. It's all their printouts and their stuff is suspicious to me. And then it looks like he's trying to beat a cop. I mean, that's hard to believe. How would you try to beat a cop? That's going to get you in trouble. This is a conspiracy theory, apparently, that Antifa plans mass violence on November 4th. That's what the video is called, from the Alex Jones channel.
Embarrass these people. Embarrass these people. Make them stay at home with mommy for a couple weeks on house arrest, and if they have found a way to get out of their home, then put them in jail. Let's see how much they like anarchy after a few nights in the slammer. My guess is they're not going to run around burning things with a mask over their face anymore.
Oh, that'll be it. Yeah, a lot of these people are, all bark, no bite. They want to be involved in something that's bigger than themselves. They want to, take part in the, flushing out the Nazis in America as if they're, some hero or some patriot. Realistically, they need to be reprimanded. They need to be locked up. This is not American, and they're literally communists. Like, this is something we've been dealing with for years, and it just kind of changed shape. And then now it's this. Now it's like this radical progressivism.
Well, and it's gone from this like kind of dormant, like undertone hatred of America, like, oh, yeah, we kind of hate America, to like it's bubbling over now. They say they hate America. They say they want America to die. There's no middle ground with these people. There is no agreement. You can't reach an agreement. This is anti-American scum. These people are domestic terrorists. If you're going to walk around saying you hate America, really, you don't expect an American to pop you in the mouth?
Yeah, 100%. And I think the reason these people were so easily radicalized is, I think, is something we're dealing with now on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I know you guys are dealing with it too. It's the echo chambers. I think when someone is in their echo chamber and all they're seeing is things that reaffirm their views, it becomes a lot harder to relate to people on the other side, and it dehumanizes the other side. So
and that's why. And that's why they can't. And that's why they can't answer any questions whenever we go on the streets and try to talk to them. That's why they can't answer any questions. All right, we got 30 seconds left with Fleckus. I want to end it on a bit of a funny note. You've got your spoons behind you. Are those the spoons that you take out on the scene with you? And do you have a name for each spoon?
Okay, that's not funny to me. Okay, then it goes into probably another 5 minutes of brain force or bone broth. Okay, I promised some undercover undercover Antifa. I'm going to see if I can play that for you right now. And then we might talk about some of the psyops going on. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not the right thing. Hold on. Here. Undercover in Antifa.
The idea is just plain clothes and hard tactics, and I don't think they'll know what hit them because they're not prepared for what we're planning.
Here, you're gonna take the knife.
How much of yeah, we got 2 AKs coming.
Matt McDonald here with Fox 13 News.
We've been tracking Antifa for a long time. He was just down there at President's Circle, and they were handing out sharp objects to stab people with. Said they had someone coming with an AK. Why did it take 2 late-night hosts, comedians, to find this out?
You know what? I wish you guys luck.
Marley was dead to begin with. Okay, there you go. Verifiable proof that Antifa is premeditatedly and proactively violent. And you'll see more in this video than you've probably ever seen before. The kinds of attacks they plot, how they coordinate.
We'll bring you live action as soon as we have it. We'll bring you live action as soon as we have it for everybody who's joining. Protests should be starting right now. They should have started. A few of them around the country should have just started. The ones at 1 p.m. in the Eastern time zone. Subscribe and hit the bell. We'll be covering the Civil War. This is some undercover video of Antifa. We're giving you entertainment while you wait, unlike the other channels out there. But we will bring you live action as soon as it exists. Trust me, we'll have it as soon as anybody does.
Tools they use. Even more importantly, you'll see a complicit media who, when offered this very footage, turned the other way. How do we know all this? Because we've been infiltrating this organization for a long time. Hard. But first, you'll need a primer. Protests, violence, riots, calling everyone a Nazi. This is the MO of Antifa. We've all seen it, but the media, politicians, and academia all defend, deflect, or completely deny.
They are strictly principled anti-fascists.
What we saw were some brave people risking their lives.
That group protests fascism. Maybe their tactics weren't exactly right. It's messy.
Antifa are people who go and they try to push back on these guys, but it is not the case that they are going around building an armed movement.
Fascism cannot be defeated through speech. You need to take it with the utmost seriousness before it's too late.
Black Lives Matter, the Antifa movement, is interested in preserving the fabric of America.
Antifa is one of those things that somebody came up with as a catchphrase so that
you could say, you know, oh, there is violence on the other side.
Why is that? Why defend the indefensible? Are they really just an inconsequential group of rabble-rousers? How deep does Antifa's organization go? What's their end game? Well, for several months, we tracked and infiltrated Antifa, culminating in their violent protest of the notorious Jewish Nazi speaker, Ben Shapiro, at the University of Utah. But before we get to the part where we send Not Gay Jared in undercover, vulnerable, afraid, and shaking like a Chinese crested without one of those little gay sweaters, a little backstory.
I want to kick my own ass.
In order to get in with the Antifa crowd, we had to infiltrate their private groups. After news broke that they were officially classified as a domestic terrorist organization, they pulled everything in much closer to the chest. They started vetting people, becoming paranoid about spies. They demanded we meet with them in person, installing a cryptic messaging app onto our phone, which they used to organize.
So I just met with the guy, and he installed a super secret encrypted messenger app on my phone, and they immediately took roll call, using all pseudonyms such as Firebird, Ski Mask, Xavius. Yeah, everyone except for Will.
Yes, Will, whom we immediately identified on Facebook. Will also boasted of his sawed-off shotguns and armory in his trunk. At least that's what he said.
I have a toolbox full of shit.
Did you bring your gun?
I have like on the border between just a regular rifle and an assault weapon and a sawed-off style shotgun. It's a fan.
Yeah, like last ditch.
Blue Subaru with a dent on the side, on the driver's side. That's mine.
So remember, just as the local authorities will remember, this is Will. What happened to you, Will? Somewhere on the way, you lost yourself. Believe me, it gets worse. The context makes all of this so much worse. Oh, also, yes, the violent Antifa organizer is seemingly tranny and or genderqueer. Patience. Now, to be fair, anyone can likely show up and protest, but they told us that all of this was required if we wanted to take part in their self-professed tactics. Now, just what do they mean by tactics? Well, we found out the next day. Again, patience. First, to understand what their tactics are, understand that Antifa is now in a PR battle. So what they claim and what they do are two very different things.
Just plain clothes and hard tactics, and I don't think they'll know what hit them. Because they're not prepared for what we're planning.
Despite wanting to put distance between themselves and Antifa, and despite what resident gay Asian SJW in chief George Takei tweets out, Antifa has never operated alone. They've been actively supported by professors and other leftist and student organizations. For example, current University of Utah faculty like Cindy Geraldine Solomon Kleppa and Alinda McKenna encouraged and emboldened students to disrupt the Ben Shapiro event and to create chaos.
People like Ben Shapiro are the most dangerous people on this earth. And we're gonna fight him tomorrow, aren't we?
Yes. Solidarity. And student organizations like the Students for a Democratic Society, because that's the thing, not only work alongside Antifa when convenient, but work with them to scope out police and even to provide pseudo-security by committing acts of violence.
Antifa is, just to be clear, it's not an organization.
That's what we want to know.
It's short for anti-fascist, and I'm absolutely anti-fascist.
And I would echo what Ian just said. Antifa as a label does not mean one static organization, but it's definitely an ideology, a movement, a stance, if you may, of anti-fascism, bar none.
We signs explicitly ask these people who show up in Black Bloc to show up, these Antifa people to show up, because, you know, in the past we've been threatened by 3%ers, we've been threatened by neo-Nazis, we've been threatened by these people before, and their presence gives people an immense more amount of safety.
Now, according to Antifa's own words, what makes them different?
The difference between them and many of the other activist groups is the willingness to respond with violence.
See, the ultimate problem with Antifa and the organizations and professors who support them is that because they paint their opposition as Nazis, they've developed their very own unique code as to what warrants a violent response. They are ready and looking for it.
Okay, we're gonna take the knife. How much did you bring your gun?
I have like on the border between just a regular rifle and an assault weapon and a sawed-off style.
Do you think these guys are making it up? These things? Not sure.
And then I've got a handgun. Yeah, and I've got 2 AKs coming.
The willingness to respond with violence, the way that I would address what you were just asking about is I don't want to disavow an ally within the movement. The no pictures, that part, I would say it's understandable given what I was just talking about with anonymity.
Now, context, don't forget, What you gotta do can include violence against anyone you call a Nazi. They call Ben Shapiro a Nazi. They're allowed to commit violence against anyone filming them. And just how violent can they get?
If you go down to like the military surplus store, the Navy surplus store, whatever, you can get like a K-bar for like $30-40, and it's just a combat knife. It's a fixed blade, 5 inches or so, but it's just you strap it on your leg and you're good to go. I mean, this one's like tiny, so you have to really stab them the whole time. Yeah, and like last ditch is gonna be lure them down here.
Whoa, hold. Luring people to their cars with sawed-off shotguns and handing out knives and shivs. This went far beyond a goof, and we needed to get Not Gay Jared out of there. Good thing the man's got a quick mind.
Is there a place to shit around here? I don't know this campus.
And to the right.
All right, I'll be right back. You guys could be in a few minutes.
Yes, at the risk of being called a snitch, Not Gay Jared immediately turned the footage over to the authorities, who were already aware of our presence there, by the way. Turns out they'd been tracking this pansexual/transgender queer with an axe to grind for a while, and they were grateful for our footage. The media, on the other hand, who you think would jump on a story like this, well, their response is what's most disturbing of all.
He was just down there at President Circle, and they were handing out sharp objects to stab people with. Said they had someone coming with an AK. Why did it take 2 late-night hosts, comedians, to find this out?
You know what? I wish you guys luck.
Yes, you just saw correctly. Even being shown the footage in the presence of police officers to confirm authenticity, they walked away. Also, I should note, this is Dan Harris from Nightline, national ABC News. He knew about the footage and the whole story too. I offered it to him and asked for his card. He did not give it to me. We were delivering a story to local and national news on a silver platter which included infiltration, violence, and exposing the roots of a national domestic terrorist organization. And no one even wanted to give it a glimpse? Not one person? It didn't even get mentioned.
Protesters flooding the campus trying to shut down conservative speaker Ben Shapiro's appearance.
These are protesters that are against Ben Shapiro, conservative.
Only these people didn't call Ben Shapiro controversial. They called him a Nazi. And they aren't there to protest. They are there to punch Nazis as they chalk and paint on the walls or commit violence against people filming them, depending on the day. Case in point, our footage assisted with leading to the arrests of these violent protesters. Good example, codename Honeybee? Her real name is Jenna. Now, let me be clear here. We do not want to dox anyone, and we ask that none of you dox anyone. But we do want you to alert your local authorities if you recognize any of these people. These folks aren't playing a game anymore. This is serious violence. Take this black girl who committed assault. Now, we couldn't find any official arrest record, but we did post this on Facebook, and then this happened. So we immediately ID'd her as well. Grace. They're so easy to trick. Officers, we appreciate your service. Now, of course, the next day, when the inevitable violence that we warned about broke out, so-called journalists were all over it. Because, you know, they're lazy. Here's the thing. Antifa and its supporters are openly practicing violence. Worse, they plan it. They plan to escalate it, as you can see. Now, if they call Ben Shapiro or me a Nazi, what does that make you? If they justify violence against someone with, I don't know, an iPhone camera, what can they do to you? But worst of all, why did it take a late-night podcast host and his producer to do this kind of journalism? Cryptic messaging apps, private groups, handing out illegal weapons, and planning tactics. You mean to tell me that no one at ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN with billions of dollars in resources could have done this? It took Steven Crowder and Not Gay Jared to pull it off with some plane tickets and a couple burner phones? Sure, listen, Antifa is violent, they suck. We get it, very violent. But the fact that the media has never reported on any of this begs the question, are they complicit? Is the media complicit with all of this? Or do they just suck at their jobs?
Okay, thanks everybody for tuning in. This is the Lift the Veil show. I'm Nathan Stoltman. That's Doshi. He runs the show. I'm wearing a t-shirt. You can buy it. But mainly what I'd like you to do is subscribe to this and hit the bell. I used to be semi-famous on YouTube, but they made sure that didn't happen anymore. But I bring good news. I mean, not always good news, but the news you want to watch. And we make sure of that here. So go ahead and support this show. You can donate too if you feel like you've gotten some value from it. I'm going to be covering everything. I'm going to show you the live stuff once it's live. It's just not live yet. So I'll show it to you, and I can put it on different parts of the screen, I think, too, as long as Doshi's still visible. So we'll show that as soon as it comes. I'm going over a review of some stuff. We showed when I was at these different protests. I'm going to show you something about how this stuff is all PSYOP too. Maybe I'll get into the PSYOP component now, where it's like a government-sponsored intentional civil war. I'll show you something here from the day after you might remember in Charlottesville that car attack happened, and that was all set up. It was a stunt. It was a planned stunt to make it look like there is a problem with white supremacy in this country, which there isn't. Most people aren't buying into the PSYOP. Richard Spencer has been exposed as a deep state plant. So is Mike Enoch. I can show you that. Let me see where the articles are here. Richard Spencer confirmed as a deep state plant. He's supposed to be alt-right. He's not. He doesn't support Donald Trump. He's basically alt-left. That's here. Works with Dugin and would work with Soros, but he's for Russia basically, and he's a Soros operative, this article claims. And he attacks other conservatives. Let's see, what else do I have? Mike Enoch, also alt-right, neo-Nazi, Jewish, also deep state. They were the ones who set up that operation in Tennessee where they had those fake White Lives Matter protests. It's all to foment a race war, a civil war. We heard that black guy talking about it earlier. He was very eloquent in explaining, particularly to black people, not to fall for this stuff. I'm going to show you how, like an example. I'm going to show you an example of how this stuff is all set up and sanctioned by the authorities. You're going to see in this video. Oh, I wasn't showing you my screen. Shit. Okay. I'll show you what I was planning to show you. That's pretty annoying. Richard Spencer's alt-right and alt-left have the same views. I showed you that. Exclusive report, Richard Spencer confirmed as a deep state plant. I showed you that. And then I showed you something about Mike Enoch, the other fake neo-Nazi. And I think they're all gay too. I mean, Richard Spencer is super gay as far as I can tell. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay. I don't have a problem with it. I'm kind of alt-right, alt-left. I would have, if I had voted, I would have voted for Trump just because obviously it was a better choice than Hillary Clinton. And I do think chaos is required. And we're getting into that time period. November 4th, the end of a blood ritual sacrifice month of October, started with the blood sacrifice in Las Vegas, a deep state operation against Donald Trump, as far as I can tell right now, involving perhaps Antifa-style supporters, perhaps. That conspiracy theory may be true, but definitely some Islamist supporters. Not that I believe in radical Islam per se. I think that's also a PSYOP. But take a look at this. This is when this Confederate statue was pulled down. It was all staged. And you'll see that because the granite is cut right here so that it can come off. And, oops, you'll see the granite is cut, pre-cut, and you can see as they pan around, I'm going to show you. As they pan around, you'll see the police sanctioning this event. You can see it. I mean, they're destroying there. And it'll pan down the street. I'll show you. You can see they're all, it is funny. This was all planned for right after the Charlottesville thing. There's the guy playing guitar there, all staged, all sanctioned. Let me see. I think they're going to pan down the street here. Come on, guys. Come on. I hope I picked the right video. Here, he's going to turn around. You'll see, okay? You see all these people standing, cameras all set up. And then as he pans down the street, there you go. Cops blocking the street, sanctioning the protest. You can see the granite was pre-cut, so that would be very easy to pull down the statue. And then the cops were there sanctioning it. And apparently people got arrested for this. What kind of country do we live in? What is really happening? Time magazine says no, Antifa protesters aren't planning to topple the government tomorrow. Some people tell you differently. Okay, let me see what else we have as far as the PSYOP. We called out Richard Spencer. We could go into some history too. Let me show you a little PSYOP from the Paul Joseph Watson front. Let me see. Where is that going to be? Oh, I think I have that here. This is pretty funny. Cernovich, I've gone after Cernovich and Paul Joseph Watson before. Cernovich did a stunt. Clearly a stunt. Totally fake. Where he had this sign at an Antifa rally. And
so
then
you thought Antifa, the group
PJW
that assaults
jumped on
wheelchair
it.
users and violently attacks people for having a different opinion, couldn't damage its own brand any further? Well, think again. During a protest against a Mike Cernovich speech at Columbia University, Antifa demonstrators marched behind a banner that said, "No white supremacy, no Mike Cernovich, and no pedo bashing."
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets!
With the logo of Antifa alongside the logo of NAMBLA, the North American Man-Boy Love Association.
See, he's reporting on this as if it's real. This is a Mike Cernovich stunt. No pedo bashing, supposedly, at this protest. So this is why we're jumping on the, like I said, it's all sides playing against each other, using stuff as psyops, using stuff to get views. This got 320,000 views. No pedo bashing and no Mike Cernovich. That's a way to get your name out there for sure. Everybody works together, including Alex Jones, but we're still going to be nice to him today. Oh, what should I say? Subscribe, share. I'm going to be covering everything. I'm going to be covering everything once it goes live. I'm just giving you guys the background. Hit the notification bell because I'm going to be covering the Civil War daily. Maybe not tomorrow, but starting on Monday for sure. As stuff progresses, I'm sure it will progress. I'm going to show you a little bit more about Paul Joseph Watson in the next one. For everybody who thinks about the J problem, the so-called J problem, we'll show you that.
Pedophile advocacy group. So let me get this straight. You advocate violently assaulting people for exercising their First Amendment rights, and you also advocate defending people, presumably with physical force, who molest children. Yeah, good luck resonating with that message. No wonder you guys are so obsessed with blocking cameras.
We got to fight back! We got to fight back! Mike Cernovich, man! We got to fight back! White supremacy!
You can block my camera, just don't touch me. Don't touch me, don't touch me. You can block me, just don't touch me.
Oh, and they also said Cernovich would be assassinated soon, because they're nice like that.
Well, welcome to everybody, especially the people who haven't realized that you can let me talk to 50 people that I like, or you can throw a fit and run it, and I'll talk to millions.
You piece of shit.
And then I can talk to millions. You're my intern.
Fuck you.
You are my marketing intern. Thanks to you, I will get millions of people watching my message. So thank you very much.
Sometimes pop means punch. Someone's going to assassinate him soon. I don't know. Pop can mean shoot also. I'm just translating for people who aren't hip to the Antifa slang.
And for those claiming that someone else gave them the sign, doesn't even matter if they did. Either they chose to march behind it, or they didn't even read what they were advocating. Oh, someone might have pulled a false flag against Antifa to make them look bad. Boo-hoo. Cry me a fucking river. They're a bunch of scumbags who attack innocent people. Who cares? But see how rapidly the leftist media rushed to Antifa's defense yet again. The same media that says nothing about the numerous fake hate crimes used to smear Trump and his supporters. But should we really be surprised that Antifa is embracing pedophilia? More mainstream elements of the left have been embracing pedophilia for years. Hollywood is run by pedophiles and they're being exposed one by one every single day. Yet the media still runs defense for child molesters like Kevin Spacey. Left-wing celebrities all worship and defend fugitive pedophile Roman Polanski.
Yes, Roman Polanski. I'm very sorry that he's in jail.
Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign had a predatory sex offender right at its core. Salon.com gave a platform to a pedophile to argue that it was all just a misunderstood sexual preference, and produced a dreamy puff piece profile where he fantasized about molesting kids.
I took on a regular babysitting gig. She was 5. She was a precocious girl. She was advanced for her age. She was also very independent. A lot of my fantasies actually revolve around little girls who are in some way more powerful than I am.
The New York Times publishes articles saying pedophilia shouldn't even be a crime. Elements of the left embrace pedophilia because they're degenerate scum who don't have any morals or principles. So save me the moral grandstanding when you accuse Mike Cernovich of framing Antifa for being pro-pedophilia. It just doesn't wash. Who, by the way, are also meeting with Islamic jihadists because they share the same goals. So Antifa has literally aligned itself with pedophiles and terrorists, while chastising their own supporters for being white.
I put myself at risk of arrest all the time. Somebody threw a fucking megaphone. You're pathetic. You're last fucking fuck people all day long. You should write your credentials on a giant board for us.
Because you're still white. You're still responsible. This is your fault. You're inherently racist. It's in your blood. It's in your DNA.
The new sign, by the way, I'm white. I'm not inherently racist. I wouldn't say. Not inherently. No, I'm not. I like everybody, to be honest. I even like the gays and everything. What was I going to show you? Oh, yeah. It's okay to be white. I just wanted to say that. That's the new thing. It's okay to be white. Here we go. This is new. I think it's, how can they say you can't do something like that? It's okay to be white, I think. Am I showing it to you? Yeah. This is reported in the Washington Post. Let's see what they say about it. It's okay to be white. Signs and stickers appear on campuses and streets around the country. This is in Maryland. School says flyers were removed and says they're investigating. Investigating for what? Posters proclaiming it's okay to be white have been appearing on college campuses. I'm going to talk about Mike Cernovich and pedophilia, by the way, in case you guys are wondering about that. I need to find the actual. I found something with the lawsuit, but it's hard to read, or the response to his lawsuit. I'll tell you about it. He filed a motion to intervene in this Giuffre. What's the name of the case? Giuffre versus Maxwell, one of Cernovich's, one of Epstein's madams. So we're talking about the fake alt-right or alt-light or PSYOP, both sides. We're talking about being okay to be white. I think it's okay to be white is okay to post. There's nothing wrong with that. Posters proclaiming it's okay to be white have been appearing on college campuses and on. I'm going to bring you the protest as soon as it happens. We're doing a pre-protest right now. Nothing's live yet, so that's why we're doing this right now. We're trying to bring entertainment and knowledge, most definitely, before the real show starts, the overthrow of the U.S. government. I have to keep pointing to, Okay, I already did this about Richard Spencer being a deep state plant. I can get rid of that. I already did that with Antifa protesters aren't planning to topple the government. They say they are, though. They say they are. They plan to continue day after day, night after night, not stopping until their demand is met, which is that the Trump-Pence regime must go. So they are planning to overthrow the government. Paul Joseph Watson says Antifa, I have to go back to the okay to be white thing because they were saying white people were bad in that video. Okay, let's do that. Since Tuesday, these are the okay to be white posters. Since Tuesday, the posters have been spotted in Rocky River, Ohio, Concordia College in Minnesota, Tulane in New Orleans, Montgomery Blair High School in Silver Spring, Maryland, around College Campus Ridge, Cambridge, Mass., including the Harvard Yard, and the University of Alberta in Canada. In most cases, schools and cities have pulled the posters down. Oh, did I say that it's okay to be white was prompted by an anonymous chat room comment that suggested the message would feed social unrest and sway white Americans to far-right ideologies? Do you understand that? It's okay to be white will feed social unrest and sway white Americans to far-right ideologies. That's what they'd like it to do. That's what they'd like people like Richard Spencer to do, and sometimes people like Paul Joseph Watson. So I'll play you more stuff about that. I'll tell you also about Mike Cernovich and pedophilia. He claims to be against it. He doesn't claim to be against rape. He says date rape doesn't exist. And that women love it. Well, in many ways. He's tweeted that out before. I'll show you the... I wish I could find a bigger copy of this. Let's see. Maybe I... Oh, I can. Okay, cool. I'll be able to show you the response to the suit he filed in the Epstein-related case with Dershowitz. Oh, great. I'll be able to show you that. And then I'll show you more about these guys. The fake right-wing rabble-rousers. The sign, this is the, it's okay to be white. I think it is okay to be white. I think it's okay to say that. Signs began as a suggestion on the online chat space 4chan last month, a kind of internet prank laced with ennui and cynicism about race and white identity in modern day America. A series of messages said people should print signs reading, "It's okay to be white," post them on college campuses and elsewhere, then stand back and watch the fun begin. It's smart, I think, because they're saying white Americans derisively referred to as normies in the white nationalist ecosphere will discover that American journalists and lefties hate white people. And then, oh, I see. So they claim it's to bring people over. It's supposed to sow social disruption. Really? I don't know. Kind of an interesting conversation piece, to be honest. Is it okay to be white? They could ask it that way. Let's see if the end of this video.
Bragging about using AK-47s to kill conservatives.
Okay, you're gonna take the knife. How much of a even you done?
I have like on the border between just a regular rifle and an assault weapon and a sawed-off style shotgun.
And then I've got a handgun. Yeah, we got 2 AKs coming.
Given the amount of people in the media and on the left who all embraced Antifa and punch a Nazi after Charlottesville, do you think any of them are starting to regret it?
No, I'm not pro Antifa. Definitely not. Just showing you guys how it's engineered on both sides to create a social unrest, kind of Soros, Russian influenced. InfoWars is Russian influenced, by the way. So is Richard Spencer, by this guy, Alexander Dugin. As far as the fake sign that was planted to as a Cernovich publicity scheme about pedos and how he claims to be anti-pedo, He filed a, oh, my system ran out of application memory. Holy crap. I have 32 gigs on this thing. Oh, let me quit this. Let's see. I'm running a lot of stuff, I guess. I'll get rid of Skype. Okay. Hopefully I'm still broadcasting though. Google Chrome is paused. Holy crap. Oh, I can close iTunes too. Okay. Just closing stuff out so I can continue to bring